All right, part 3 of this tree. There's a couple more bigger cuts I want to make here. At least one that I can see. And a lot of this is you have to consider yourself too and your own safety as well as the trees. You don't, and for me particularly, a lot of these orchards that are way out, I'm way out of gravel road, even outside of cell phone range sometimes. So I really have to bring down the height a bit so I don't have to be so on the top of my 12-foot orchard ladder, you know. But again, you have to do these things right and in balance. You can't just flat top it. Never flat top a tree. And you'll see when I'm done that. And if you prune a tree well, the tree will just look great. People won't even be able to tell you pruned it. Because you're going to see growing tips. You don't just go like this. You find where you want, and then you find the growing tips at that, and then you get rid of all these bigger ones. You take them at where they come out of the branch that they're coming out of. You don't tip them. Not only is that ugly, but the branch doesn't heal as well, leaves it open for disease. But that's a whole thing, which is something you definitely should learn if you want to take care of trees, is basic tree biology, how they grow, how their immune systems work. And you always want to work within those parameters, obviously. Just like a doctor. Okay, I've babbled enough here. Let me get going. I got one more chainsaw cut, at least. And then I'm going to start with the handsaw and pruners. always take looks down to see in my head how much I've already removed. And that guides my decision making through the process. Like I said, trying to hit that balance of not too much, but enough. You know, and there's different styles of pruning too, and a lot of times I'm dealing with, you really got to work with what you have. Like if a tree is left to its own devices from the beginning, it's going to have its more natural form, which is going to be more balanced, but it's not going to be more conducive to human use, which obviously in our orchards, we're humans and we have them there for a particular reason. You know, you could have them for beauty reasons, but also beauty and food. So you want to be able to get to the food. Sometimes if they're their natural form, it's up too high and you lose a lot of food. Safety glasses. Pulling these branches around. Can't tell you how many times I've been whipped in the face. You might be tough, but your eyeballs are not tough. Your ears are also not tough. All right, that's enough of the lecture. So as you can see, I'm already getting quite a bit of wood cut off. You know, and I still want to strike that balance, so I want to open this up. Most of the major cuts are done, so I need to open up these areas just to let air flow through and take out some of the height. And again, with the height, you don't just chop it. See these longer ones? I'll remove that guy. You know, I might even take out this whole one just to open that spot up. Not sure yet. It's kind of like sculpting, you know, as they say, it's the sculpture's already there. It's the artist's job to uncover it. This tree is already there. I have to find it. And again, a lot of times why it grows like this is because you could see in years past it's been cut. You know, a lot of people do this too. They just chop off everything, which, you know, is amazing to me. But there you go. So, and again, this looks crazy, right? But you're not doing the whole thing this time. I'm just thinning it, bringing down the height. It's a process. And if you're doing a large amount of trees, home orchard, or you do it for work, I highly recommend. Good saw. I like silkies. It's hardened blade, so it's tricky to get it sharpen, but those are all things we can learn. And good pair of Swiss secateurs. All right, let's get into this thing. So there's all kinds of stuff I could cut here, but I want to remember I'm not doing it all at once. So I gotta prioritize, work my way down. See, straight up, get them out. I'm going to do very little cutting of the smaller diameter branches this year. Mainly it's like thumb thick stuff and above. Some people think you get in here and you remove everything that's going up. Bullshit, don't do that. You're just going to set yourself up for failure. Take your time. Like I said, it's a process. Trees operate in slow motion. They take time. And they also die in slow motion. It might look great right now if you do everything, but you just took 20 to 100 years off a tree's life. Stay calm, no rush. It's like a woman's music collection, no rush. You also gotta be careful not to lop off your body parts with this thing. It's an indiscriminate cutter. All right. Really focus on any growth that's going back into the center. It's also a good idea. I generally try to persuade people to not have me clean up. Give them a price reduction. It's also good because, like I said, if you prune well, you're not going to see a lot of the cutting, so to the untrained eye, it won't really look like you did a lot. But if all the evidence is on the ground, then all the evidence is on the ground. A pocket. Alrighty. So go to the center, and here's the thing too, is you want to keep moving. You don't just stay in one spot. Even if you're not completely finished in one spot, you want to keep going in a circle. So this one, I started in there, I'm going to move out to the edge, move over, go in, and kind of repeat. So these trees will grow in a way that'll hurt themselves, especially if they get a heavy apple load. So you really want to pay attention to the ends because you don't want them breaking. Too much weight on the ends. Too much fruit is worse than not enough. Unless the tree's dead. That's not good. Like usually branches, like, I don't know if you can see it, this one, it's kind of going back in. I'll take that out next year. See, now keep moving. I think you can see me. Move you over here. You give me a GoPro. The stand I can move around. So I keep yakking at you. I'll be a little farther over now. Now I'm outside, now I'm going back inside. I mean, you don't have to do it in that pattern, but it kind of keeps a consistent flow. It's a good idea to clean as you go too, but whatever. I get used to it. It's also really important to try to not break branches that you want to keep while removing branches that you've cut. So you gotta be patient with that too. One of the things about working with trees is they teach you patience. You can't do it right if you don't have patience. I see these people mow through trees like they're just trying to, you know, kick the shit out of it or something, or they're angry. No. If you're like that, you're missing out on the gift. If you're someone who gets to do this for a living, this is my job, you know? It's pretty nice. Oh. I think I'm going to, no. So this, I love working with cows, but then, you know, this, you step in it, that's fine, but then you don't know you step in it, and then you step on your ladder, and then it gets on your hands, and gets in your beard. It's a mess. Anyway, back to business. I don't know if you can already start telling a difference here. You know what? I'm gonna bring you into the tree. Let's get up close and personal here. Let's see how that view is. I gotta check it. I